name is Anne, and this is Toby, my Yorkshire Terrier. And he really is a bit of a terrier. You might hear him as we progress. We are in the living room, and there's a big picture window. And if the squirrel goes by, it will be bedlam for a while. Just warning you. I'm just warning you. But anyway, if you are new to this podcast, welcome. And I really hope you stick around and watch the whole of it. And it's not normally very long, about 20 minutes maybe, while I talk to you about my knitting, my crochet, my sewing, Toby, stuff like that. You can find me on Ravelry as Brit Hockey Mum. You can find me on Facebook as Tobyknits. You can find me on Instagram as Tobyknits, and I do have an Etsy shop, Tobyknits. So I hope you pop over and see one of those other social media sites. Is that what they are? Yeah, I guess so. And give me a thumbs up if you like today's video. Please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get 700 subscribers by the end of the year. Bit of a tall order, but you never know. And share with your friends. Let your friends know if they like knitting or crochet or sewing. If you are a returning viewer, you know what? I love you guys. Grab a cup of tea, sit down, put your feet up, and let's have a little bit of a chit chat for a while. So, I just stood on Toby's foot, sorry, because he was like at my feet. So what have we got in store today? I have no finished objects, and probably won't have for the rest of this month, as I am working on 3 current whips. There should be 4, but that's not getting much love right now. And they are all Advent knits. This actually is last year's Advent knit. I love this. This was a Legacy Fiber Arts yarn that I did. It was an Advent, so each day you got to open a new color. And I think we started from this end. And we actually knit, let me show you, it's kind of interesting. This pattern was not a Legacy Fiber Arts pattern, just the yarn was. The pattern is Amber O'Brien's, I can't remember the name, I'll put it there if I can find it. And you did 2 triangles. And then you join the 2 triangles together. So there was 1 triangle, and those were the colors that were used from the Advent. I think these are the ones I started with. And then there's the other triangle. And again, carrying on, and then you join them together. And it really is a lovely, I wear this a lot because it's just the nice size, and it, you know, to go over a sweater. I love turtlenecks in the winter time, so this is just so nice and cozy for me. But this was a fun, and this was the first Advent yarn calendar I had, so I knew I wanted to do another Advent yarn calendar this year. And this year I chose Craft House Magic's yarn calendar, and the diet is Ellie Jones. I love Ellie. I feel like she's my friend. And in my large Netherwood bag is where I store that. This is one of my Christmas fabrics. Oh, and I even have, look at that, I have Ellie's pin that she sent. So actually all the large bags have sold out now. I'll show you the other color, fabric, yeah, in a minute. But the big ones have all sold out. So this is, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put right now photographs that I took, which are either on my Facebook page, or they're on my Instagram. And if you're not actually following them, why not? But if you're not, I'll put them in now, and you'll see day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so those are the colors for this week. And here is day 8. Shall we open it? Yeah? You ready? Okay. I feel like it's gonna be a darker green because you could see the way they were going, and it is a fade. Oh my goodness. It is like a blue color. It's almost like a bluey green. It's like a turquoise. Oh, and look, a little stitch marker. And on the back of the stitch marker, it says, let me see if I can keep it still long enough. It says, I don't know if it's focusing or not. Anyway, it says, let's try that. Oh, that's even worse. Let me keep it still a second. No, it says love. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's a stellina base, so it's the sparkles. Oh, I love sparkles. Oh. Okay, enough of that. Let me show you what I'm making with it. So she included a pattern, and the pattern is called Cupid's Arrow, and she explains to us where she got the idea for the arrow and why and everything. So you start off, so here's the right side. And I got the 10-gram balls, and I'm so glad that I did get the 10-gram, and I'll tell you why. You could get 10 grams or 20-gram minis, and you could get 12 days or 24. So I did the 24 of 10 grams, and I'm so glad I did, because this one here was 20 grams, and literally I was knitting on it and then opening a color and still knitting on the first color, and I ended up with a bunch of colors that I like, so I didn't finish it in time for the end of you know, the 24 days. It took me a while. I probably finished it sometime in January, I'm not sure, but it just seemed to take a long time. This, I'm able to easily get each 10-gram day done on the day. So here was day 1, this lovely kind of a light orange, peach color maybe. Then it became this color, this pinky color. Then this lovely color. And then we did this lace pattern. And this is how this is going to go. Apparently it's going to go 3 colors. So here's day 5, day 6. Oh, and this is one of my little stitch markers that I made. Day 7. And this was what it was included in one of the, you can't hear, oh there. It's a little jingle bell, and oh my goodness, I absolutely love it, because and my husband, I'll be sitting there knitting, and I go to turn the shawl to knit the next row, and my husband keeps looking at me, and I'm like, what? He says, you're jingling. I'm like, no, it's not me, it's this. But it really is super cute. I love it. So the way you do it is you knit a row with your new color. Then you go back and knit a row with the old color. So that's why this is left here hanging from the old color, because when I join this color that I have to wind up, I have to then do this again and then go back and do 7 rows of the new color. But this time it'll be a lace pattern again. So isn't that lovely? It's like an arrow, and then at the end we're going to have tassels, which are the feathers. But it's a really nice it's very easy. It's just plain garter stitch with a little bit of knit twos and slips and all that. And I don't know if you can buy the pattern online. I will link it, because you may just be able to buy the pattern now by itself, but it really is very nice. And as I say, you can do it. It's wider and bigger, I believe, if you're doing the 20 grams, where you'll have more rows per color. But I liked this one a lot with just the 10 grams, because there's not so much to knit. I can get it done in a day. So there's that one. Toby, you cannot sit on my lap right now. I'm busy. I'll sit with you in a minute. Now, another Advent type of thing that Ellie had was a sock. So if you didn't want to do the yarn calendar, you could do a special sock. And you could buy it as the sock pattern, a bag, and the yarn as a kit. I didn't buy that. I literally just bought the pattern. So it is in my small Netherwood bag, which there are a few more of these left. It is called Mistletoe Kisses. And I just stash dived to use some yarn from my stash. This is such a sweet pattern. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Look at the little mistletoe balls. Those were super interesting to knit. I'd never done a knit. I've done crocheted bubbles, or whatever you call them. I'd never done but isn't that lovely? Just look at that. And then this lovely lace pattern that goes all the way around. And so the yarn that I'm using this is a Baracco alpaca or something, I think. It was left over from another sock project that I did. I had 50 grams left, so I thought I'll use that for the toes, the heels, and the cuff. So I've just finished the heel flap, and this is a different heel flap that I've used. So I usually do that one with the slip stitches. I think it's called Eye of Partridge. This is all plain knit, because in the corner is a kiss. There and one there. Oh, and that's another one of my stitch markers that I made. I'm thinking of putting stitch markers in the shop. What do you think if I make some more and put them in the shop? Let me know below if you'd be interested in buying some stitch markers that I make. I typically just make them for me. So I've just done the heel. I love doing the heels. Look at that. The heel turn is the best part. So I am now about to rejoin this color yarn, which is yarn that I got from a good friend of mine, actually, who used to dye yarn. Bear Street Yarns was the name of her company. And this is called Christmas Lights. This was one I did last year, which I paired with a red to make a pair of socks. So this year it's kind of cool to pair it with the green. So I'm really enjoying this pattern. It really is lovely, and yeah, it's a lot of fun to do. So there's that one. And then my final one that I'm making is in my other large Netherwood bag, and I just love this one. Look at that. These are all sold out, I'm sorry. This one is the Bakery Bears, which is Kay Jones, who's no relation to Ellie Jones of Craft House Magic, but they're both British. I love both of their podcasts immensely, and Kay is doing an Advent for her Patreons. You can watch her regular YouTube videos on YouTube, but she also has a Patreon page, which I'm a member of. And this is what we are doing on hers. It's every other day. So today I got a new clue. We are getting a clue for a cowl, and the cowl is called Christmastide Cowl, which again, I think she may put up for sale at the end of, or maybe that's just for Patreon. I'm not sure. But anyway, it might just be for patrons. So that is going up, is what we're doing. And we're using 2 colors, 10 skeins, mini skeins again, so 20 gram balls. And so there was the first clue, which was this lovely, like a basket weave almost. And you started with the lightest of your one color. So I chose the teal, or you could do the darkest of your one color, but I wanted the light at either end. And then the darkest color of your next. And these, I don't know if you can see them, it's hard, are trees. They are little trees. This was an interesting pattern. It was a, is it 6 pattern repeat. And row 3, oh, I don't know how many times I had to keep on picking row 3 and going back, because I just couldn't, I kept getting the knit 2 together somewhere or another. But I tend to look at my fabric that I'm knitting up and try to look at it. Like I don't always, like once I get the first couple of the repeat pattern, I then just look at my fabric that I'm knitting on to see where the stitches go. I don't keep going back to the pattern. And oh my goodness, I kept getting it wrong. It wasn't making sense to me. But anyway, finally got it, because you had to repeat it 3 times. The 6th row repeat, yes. But I love it. It's a really coming up. So my next color will be the darker blue. Let's see which color that's going to be. I think it's this one. So this one will go up there next. And the really cool thing is I have 2 winter jackets. One is a short jacket, which is a really dark teal color. And this ends up being really a dark teal. And the other, which is a long jacket, like a thicker downy jacket, is purple. So this is perfect, because I can wear this with both jackets. So that's going to be fun. So I'm going to be knitting on this afternoon with the new pattern that I just got. And do I have it? Yes, I do have my stitch marker. I have to have Christmas stitch markers for Christmas projects, of course. When you do order one of my bags, by the way, you do get a free stitch marker as a thank you, and it is a little paw from Toby, So those are my 3 projects that I am currently working on. Letitia's holiday blanket has not had much love because I've been obsessed with them 3 things this week. And I will try, but I think it'll end up being a next year's Christmas project. Won't it, Toby? So I have one more thing to show you, which is not really knitting, but I kind of get addicted to subscribing to boxes. I have done a planner box, did that for a year, loved that, because I love planners and notebooks too. I'm a bit obsessed with them. I did a knitting box. It was from Knit Crate, and it was every month you got a new sock pattern and yarn. I did Galthouse Yarn Sock Club for a while. I always give them about a year, and then I find something else to, you know, occupy me. And I'm doing the Crochet Society box, which I still love. I've only been doing that about 8 months. No, it's not even that long, 6, 7 months. And so I'm still getting that. And then I just started this one. The Sewing Club. Who knew? And it's Canadian. Yeah. Although she charges you in American, I'm not really sure why. But inside this box, because I think I want to try to do a bit more sewing next year, you get everything you need to make this. There's instructions on the other side, and there is also a video that you can follow. And this is a dish carrier. How cool is that? You know, when you're going to someone's house. Oh, well, how does that work again when you go to someone's house? Is that a thing? Was that a thing? It might be a thing next year. Who knows? I hope so. But when you do go to someone's house for a potluck, you can put your pot or your dish in this and carry it. I thought that was very clever. So you get, this is what I got. Look at this beautiful fabric. Oh, it's upside down. Isn't this gorgeous? Gorgeous fabric. It's so beautiful and clear. Oh my gosh, I have never seen fabric this bright. Like, it's beautiful. I'm trying to see if there's a thing on here that says where it came from. Maywood Studio. Anyway, this is what the bag will be made of, I'm guessing. And then the inside of the bag is this. Lovely fabric. And it's very nice and thick. I love it. And then I believe this is for our straps. Because we're not doing an elastic. Oh no, the red one was for the strap. And then this is for this. So we're making our own ties. I think elastic would have been better, but whatever. And then because I got the add-on, I can't remember how much extra the add-on was, maybe $8, I'm not sure. I got the yarn to go with the thread to go with it. And I got an extra fat quarter, which is very pretty. I'm not sure what I'll do with that yet, but it's kind of nice to build up little fat quarters. And tags. And grommets. Little pack of grommets. So I thought that was really nice. I can't remember how much this whole thing cost now, for the life of me. I don't remember. But I'll put a link below. So I thought I'd try this and just see what it would be like to do a little fabric box. And something different. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you have enjoyed today. I'll be back next week, and I'll show you how I'm getting on with my 3 Advents. I hope you have a wonderful day, and you're warm, cozy, and well. Stay safe.